G'day guys, how's it going? My name is CJ. Apologies for the huge lag between this video and my last video. I've gone through a few pretty big changes in my life, both personally and professionally. I've moved house, I've got a new job, and so I've been pretty chockers in terms of commitments. But now that my life is starting to settle down a little bit now, I can finally bring you some videos on the regular. A lot of you probably have either grabbed a new iPhone already or are thinking of grabbing one fairly soon. So if this is you, grab some popcorn, sit back, relax, because I'm going to introduce a few products that's going to make your life living with an iPhone a little bit more convenient without breaking the bank. Let's get started. So with the 8 and 10, Apple's gone back to their iPhone 4 roots and are making phones that are both glass front and backed. And the reason for this is that Apple is able to introduce wireless charging, which means you're going to have less wear on the Lightning port. And well, it's a feature that people have been crying out for years and years and years. Now traditionally, that's never really been a feature that I've really bothered with in the past, but now that Apple has introduced it, it's going to become a lot more widespread and more people are going to be interested in this feature. In any case, there's a lot of wireless chargers out there. Apple do sell their own ones for around $80 to $90, which is really expensive, and they're going to be releasing one of their AirPower wireless charging pads, which is going to be over $120. So this isn't any small chunk of change. They're actually quite expensive. But luckily, because the market has been overfilled with wireless chargers ever since Android introduced this feature, they can be had for a lot cheaper. Now there's a lot of options out there and I've had the opportunity to test a lot of them out. So here are some of the ones that I really enjoyed using for the last few months or so. Now the first one is from a company called Baseus. I'm not sure if I said it right. In any case, I've never really heard of this company before, but basically they make a really nice slimline looking wireless charger. Now one thing to note with this particular pad is that it doesn't have any rubber on the surface, so if you place the phone on and it starts vibrating, there is a small chance that it'll vibrate itself off the pad. But it does have rubberized feet, so it at least isn't going to slide off whatever surface you're putting it on. In the end, it's a very small issue, but I do love it because it's really inconspicuous and you can take it anywhere with you without it really adding any bulk or weight. Now the next charger is from an unknown Chinese brand that I bought off Amazon. Again, it has quick charging capability for Android devices and it looks like a miniaturized version of Samsung's own wireless charger. The surface is rubberized so the phone isn't going to move even if you do get phone calls and texts during the night. And again, it's a fairly cheap but simple option. And then finally there's this Blitz charger. It has a nice brushed aluminium look which allows it to look a little bit more premium despite its being just plastic, and it's got rubberized surfaces on the top and the bottom, so the charger is going to stay nice and put, and so is your phone during the night. And interestingly, it also has an ambient sensor in the charger as well, so when you pop the phone on the charger, an LED lights up and is able to sense the ambient light in the room, so that if you're using it late at night and you pop it on, the LED light indicating charge isn't going to keep you awake at night. Now all of these wireless chargers deliver up to 10 volts of charge, so for any compatible Android device it's going to be able to deliver fast charging. However, it's pretty unclear whether or not it'll support iPhone's own wireless charging standard. That's because Apple has chosen a more unique 7.5 volts of delivery as opposed to the 10. In any case, with these chargers coming in between $15 to $30, it really isn't that big of a deal, and usually you could use this by the bedside before you go to sleep, where you don't really need that rapid boost. Now compared to wireless charging, this feature that I'm going to talk about was a little bit more low-key, and that's fast wired charging. Of course, Android phones have had this feature for years and years, like wireless charging, but at least the iPhone 8 and 10 also have this feature now. One issue though is that it needs to be delivered via USB-C, and more specifically, it needs a power brick that supports the power delivery standard, or PD for short. All other manufacturers bundle in a quick charger with their phones when you buy them, but Apple isn't like any other manufacturer, are they? No, no, no. In order to get fast wired charging with the iPhone 8 or 10, To go the legit way, you're gonna have to fork out between 80 to 90 Australian dollars. So you need to get a compatible charger, which will cost about $50, and then you need a compatible USB-C to Lightning cable, which from Apple is gonna cost you around $30. So that's $80 just to get yourself some fast wired charging, a feature that comes stock bog standard with all your other Android phones. Or you could go the third party route and buy a $25 power brick like the one I've got here from Blitz, and then grab yourself a nice cheap USB-C to Lightning cable that you can probably find all over the shop, all over the internet these days. And then you can get the exact same fast charging feature. Now that's a more legit way of going about it, but there is a more dubious option that works, especially if you're someone who was previously with an Android device that had fast charging. It's a product from a company called ElecJet, and now if that name sounds a little familiar, it's because I actually reviewed a MagSafe to USB-C adapter a few months ago, which doesn't seem like it should be legit, but it still works. In any case, they make a USB-A to Lightning cable called the C-Force cable that converts Quick Charge 3.0 into USB-C PD charging, allowing fast charging of an iPhone X. Sounds a little suspicious, and I can't actually comment on how legit this is, but it certainly worked quite well for me when I paired it with a Samsung charger or a Pixel charger. And at only $15 a pop, if you've got a USB quick charger lying around, this isn't a bad option. And finally, if we're talking about power, an essential for most people in this connected world will be a power bank. I've been using a simple 10,000 milliamp power bank by Blitz. It comes in a nice, sleek black aluminium casing that's pretty simple but elegant. It supports USB-C power delivery and Quick Charge 3.0. So even if you don't have an iPhone X, if your phone supports Quick Charge, you're still good to go. And it's still going to quick charge your iPhone as well. On the surface, it's got a simple 4 LED indicator for battery life, and it only costs around 20 bucks. I think it's a great option for those on a budget and not looking to break the bank. And you don't necessarily even need an iPhone for this, or in fact, most of these accessories. I mean, a lot of these features have been available for Android for years, but at least iPhone users can finally join the party that Android guys have been enjoying for years and years. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you have any recommendations? I'll pop most of the items that I've been talking about in the description below if you're interested in grabbing them, but I'm curious to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of these accessories? In any case, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and if you haven't already, do consider subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope to get a few more videos out in the next few weeks or so, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Say good day, Mum, for me. Cheers.